Coming up on the AFN Europe Report.
Power to the people. Coalition forces work to keep the lights on in Iraq. Plus, the Army's top enlisted soldier talks transformation. AFN is there. And
we're going to be out there for a long fun together, so it's going to be good unit cohesion.
See the unusual way soldiers in Germany are preparing for their upcoming deployment.
That and more. The AFN Europe Report starts now.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Army Sergeant Dijon Rolle. Many of us don't even give it a second thought. Having electricity in our homes and offices is essential, but in Iraq, electricity isn't always readily available. Petty Officer Chad Bricks follows coalition forces as they work to bring power to the people of Baghdad.
Citizens around Baghdad living in muhallas, which are areas inside neighborhoods, are working to move on to the next phase of their lives.
Assalamu alaikum.
Coalition forces are providing the essential services to help get them there, such as electricity.
All of the municipal facilities, the sewer, the water facilities can be run by the electricity.
Electricity that is provided by the national power grid. After the municipal needs are met, citizens only get about 2 to 4 hours of power a day. Colonel Roberts and his troops,
and you sew that onto the uniform for the soldiers,
work to provide more citizen-needed power through microgeneration.
This was just an open field, actually filled with trash. And what we did in conjunction with the neighborhood council and district council was come in, clean it up, and establish this power generation site.
This panel controls the microgeneration, which provides the extra citizen-needed power, completely separate from the national power grid.
We augment that power to enable them to have 10 to 12 hours of power.
This secure building contains the actual generator for this mahalla's microgeneration.
And it's able to power all of this mahalla, and then the apartment complex is directly across the street from this one, which is called the Syrian Apartments. We're able to provide power to the Syrian apartments also.
When people have the things they need to live, they're less likely to turn to crime and extremism. Colonel Roberts says his troops have reduced significant terrorist activity in all of Kark District by 85% since January. Petty Officer Chad Bricks, Baghdad.
Sometimes making mistakes at work is part of learning to do your job better, but for air traffic controllers, mistakes can be deadly. Airman Mara Teitel has more from Ramstein, Germany.
Air traffic controllers work hard every day to keep air traffic safe, which is why their training is so important. In the past, they used paper airplanes for simulation exercises. Now training is a little more advanced.
As you can see, it's evolved to this. And as we're evolving, the new trainees that we get are more knowledgeable. I feel that they're better prepared in order to do this job.
This is an airfield simulator at the bottom of the Ramstein Tower cab.
RD-06, contact tower.
It's considered to be a benchmark for other USAFE bases because of its capabilities.
We can go above and below, sideways, left and right, just to show the trainee, if they were to give some type of traffic calls, what the pilot would say in reference to his aircraft.
Down here, the simulator, it reproduces a different kind of aircraft that I don't get to see every day here at Ramstein. I get to see fighter jets and the air speeds and the different kind of aircraft that can be reproduced down here that it just can't be done on a board. So that right there is a huge advantage.
The simulator also allows controllers to program in their own scenarios, like emergencies and traffic situations they've had in the past, so other controllers can benefit from their experience.
We try to produce new experiences for everybody so that when it does happen upstairs, that they do have the procedures down. There'll still be the stress upstairs, but they've already seen the situation.
Facing difficult situations in an advanced training environment helps air traffic controllers to stay sharp and focused for a job where there can't be any mistakes. Airman First Class Mara Teitel, Ramstein Air Base, Germany.
It's probably not something troops think about doing to prepare for a combat deployment, but for one unit, it's at the top of their list. Chris Knobloch explains.
On an overcast afternoon up in the Rowan Hills outside of Kusel, members of the Bravo Company 40th Engineer Battalion Family Readiness Group are waiting for the arrival of their friends and loved ones in the 40th Engineer Battalion to finish a little mandatory training prior to deployment.
It's a requirement for us to complete a 12-mile road march.
The company is making their way from the Smith Barracks and Baumholder to Berg-Lichtenberg during the Bulldog climb to the castle. There they will be met by their supporters who know this event is about more than just exercise and good times.
It brings everybody together. I mean, working together, we're going to be out there for a long plunge together, so it's going to be good unit cohesion and good family ties.
I think it says they're dedicated and that they're hardworking and they strive to do the best that they can.
The 40th Engineers weren't alone on the road. Members of the German Army also took part in the exercise.
I thought that was a neat little twist. Come to find out, one of the German soldiers married one of the soldiers in our battalion. So that was pretty neat.
The group march took almost 4 hours. While they went over the 3-hour mark they planned for, Company Commander Andrew Stajano feels the Bulldog climb was a success.
The march overall was fantastic. There were some really tough hills where the soldiers pulled together and brought everyone up. When we got towards the end, it's a long, straight, flat, and then a really steep hill for the last 500 meters. And that was a super challenge, and the guys rose to that challenge. Some of them were running up the hills, and they did a real good job of it.
Once everyone dropped their rucksacks and had a chance to catch their breath, they met up with family and other FRG members for a round of well-deserved meals, refreshments, and congratulations. Daddy. Chris Noblock, Berg-Lichtenberg, Germany.
Coming up, shorter deployments and more time at home. Find out how Army leaders plan to do it. Stay with us.
The seasons are changing and the snow is coming. Time to start thinking about skiing. But remember, those beautiful Alps in our backyard account for almost 2,000 avalanche deaths in the past 20 years. The good news? Most can be avoided. Statistics show that nearly all avalanches that involve people were started by the victims themselves or someone in their group. For more information, contact your local National Ski Patrol or visit the National Ski Patrol website.
The Army's top enlisted soldier is in Italy, and he's talking to troops about ongoing transformation efforts that may help reduce extended deployments and increase time at home. Specialist Nicholas Anderson has the story.
Army leaders aim to stand up 6 new brigade combat teams 2 years earlier than originally planned. The Army has been restructuring since 2004 with the intent of reaching 48 brigade combat teams by the year 2012. During his visit to Vicenza, Italy, the Sergeant Major of the Army, Kenneth Preston, said the goal now is to have all 48 teams ready by 2010.
Transforming while we're at war, it's going through not only building modular formations, which postures us for the future, but it also is now growing the force in order to provide more predictability and stability for soldiers and their families.
Shorter deployments and more time at home are expected results of transformation. The changes are part of 4 big initiatives the Army Chief of Staff has mandated for the Army.
And it covers everything from sustaining our soldiers, our families, and our Army civilians, and that's important right now to continue to sustain the all-volunteer force.
Sergeant Major Preston also said that the Army plans to add an additional 65,000 active duty soldiers that will fill the ranks of the 6 new brigade combat teams. Specialist Nicholas Anderson, Vicenza, Italy.
A quick program note, AFN radio and television signals in Central Europe and Southwest Asia will experience a scheduled satellite outage on Monday, November 5th, from 9:45 until about 10 a.m. Monday morning. All satellite programming will be off the air for routine maintenance. Now, the interruption will be as brief as possible, and all signals should be back online by 10. You can go to afneurope.net for more information. After World War II, the Department of Defense recruited German teachers to teach in the newly established American schools in Germany. One of the first German educators to work for Dodge Europe is still teaching American children today. Army Private Cody Wilson has her story.
Meet Inga Burke. She's an 82-year-old teacher who has been honored countless times for her outstanding work with Department of Defense schools.
I cannot talk about it. And I'm just afraid I'm going to do another crying scene, because when they told me that they got permission to fly the American flag on my birthday over the Capitol, I was gone. I mean, I was gone.
She founded the Junior Leadership Seminar and continues to work with young aspiring leaders to this day.
She encourages the kids to be a leader later in life, and not just for a short amount of time that they're at JLS, but to apply those skills that they learn at JLS.
Frau Burke, she looks like she's getting ready to just sit down and stay there for a while. She has so much energy that I'm trying to keep up with her.
One of Inga's colleagues has worked with her for over 30 years.
She's so knowledgeable. She is connected in special ways through 2 different cultures, and she brings forth the feeling like you can get to know her and Germany is behind her eyes.
Inga recalls some of the world events that have shaped her life and her love for America.
Growing up under Hitler, being in the Hitler Youth. He was a real good psychiatrist. He knew exactly how to get the youth. Then the end of the war, which was dramatic for me. I learned about President Kennedy's when he was shot in Texas. Then the other world event, the September 11th, was very, very hard for me. I never forget that day. I think I wouldn't be today what I am if I would not have worked with the Americans. Working with people from another culture, with another language, forms you.
And that was Army Private Cody Wilson. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Healthy living is a journey, and MWR is celebrating this journey by implementing a family fitness program in Europe. Participate in individual and family activities to encourage a healthier, more active lifestyle. Get your family involved by contacting your local MWR Fitness Center for more information on the Family Fitness Program today.
Welcome back. Army Sergeant Vanessa Heinzelman shows us how residents in the Ramstein military community joined forces to make one of the scariest days of the year one of the safest.
One of the beautiful things about being in an overseas assignment is the great unity and partnership that we have with many folks.
Organizations all over the Kaiserslautern military community got together to help make Halloween fun and safe. Colonel Earl Matthews tells us a few of the organizations who teamed up.
Yeah, we have the USO here, we have AFN, we have DECA, Mars, all partnering to have a great time for Halloween.
Conrad Braun says the USO wouldn't have it any other way.
This is what the USO is about, teaming up with other agencies and sponsors, getting together to help out the military community.
The safety office also came out to hand out glow sticks. USO had hot dogs and popcorn. DECA supplied the location. C. Lloyd Johnson donated the candy. And AFN?
Raise rocks to the AFN!
We just got the word out and helped the kids have fun. Staff Sergeant Vanessa Heinzelman, Ramstein, Germany.
Once again, we want to remind our audience that AFN radio and television signals in Central Europe and Southwest Asia will experience a scheduled satellite outage on Monday, November 5th. From 9:45 a.m. until about 10 a.m. on Monday morning. Now, all satellite programming will be off the air for routine maintenance. Now, the interruption will be as brief as possible, and all signals should be back online by 10 a.m. Now, for more information, you can go to afneurope.net. That's all the time we have for tonight. For everyone here at the AFN Europe Report, thanks for watching. Good night.